Young, go ahead. Young, go ahead. Young, go ahead.
One, two, three.
Yeah, you do that
Do you
every
think
time. I love
sorry?
that so much.
Okay.
Peace and blessings, kings and queens. My name is Jaquan Davis.
And I am Nicholas Fletcher.
And you are now tuned in to another episode of You're gonna need me again, James. You are now tuned into another episode of the Young Old Heads podcast, the hip hop podcast where we talk about a little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing. So to get us started this afternoon, Mr. Fletcher, how was your weeks? Because we actually had to take a hiatus, but you guys.
So that'll be part of my spiel. So very. I would say pretty stressful 2 weeks. So we had to take a week off from doing another episode because I was quarantined. My whole house was in quarantine and lockdown. My daughter...
More like boring teen.
Bro, it was. I know. So my daughter got COVID. And fortunately, she got COVID, which was obviously very scary. Mind you guys, my daughter's only 6, so that's a scary scenario to be in. But in the evening, she wasn't feeling so great. But otherwise, bro, she was like a crack addicted monkey. Like she at home, yeah, bro. Like she was spazzing still.
Oh, really?
She was still. But we had to lock down.
Crazy.
Yeah, so we had to lock down for 2 weeks, and then just to be safe, I ended up through work. Getting my staff tested and stuff like that, and a few of my other people tested positive, so then I had to lock down at work.
Oh gosh, I didn't know that part. You didn't tell me about that.
So I had to lock down at work, and had to. And we're in my line of work, we're considered frontline workers because so we still. I mean, I couldn't not provide service.
Yeah, I was gonna say because lives are literally at stake with what you do. So.
Yeah, so. My week, for 2 weeks, I quarantined for 2 weeks, and I will say the downtime was, kind of nice in that regard, if you want to look at the silver lining. But yeah, so pretty uneventful aside being quarantined for me. How was your week?
Well, it wasn't as bad as that. This is episode 32, and I just turned 32. Tell me happy birthday. Send me
happy
nudes.
Birthday.
Send me nudes or something. I don't know.
Anyway,
not you.
No.
So it's, I'm grateful to see another year, more life as such. And then it was kind of bittersweet because, like I said, things at work are still kind of pitiful, but I won't get too much into that. And then also my son, he lost his second playoff game, so he didn't make it to the Super Bowl. Yeah, they were one game shy, man, and it's crazy. The two teams that ended up in the Super Bowl were actually the only two teams they lost to. So yeah, they ended up 6-2, and he was. It's funny. He's kind of in that stage where he acts too cool for certain stuff. Yeah. Like he was like, I'm just ready for it to be over, blah blah blah. And then when they lost, he was out there shedding tears. Well, pretty much the whole team was.
Yeah, which is devastated. But they had a damn good season.
They did really well, and I was trying to remind him of that. But he's feeling what's going on in the moment, so I understood that. Yeah,
loss sucks, man. When in a competitive facet.
And then also, so the Death Nut Challenge video came out.
Yes.
And wow, man, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, really,
that is our second highest viewed video, and it's crazy because it's only been out for just a week today, and it's already our second highest viewed video. That's pretty impressive. Yeah. So, I guess
thanks for wanting to see us suffer.
Yeah, heathens. Yeah. Damn, why y'all can we be spreading positivity and laughing? Y'all don't care about that, but when we suffering.
Yeah, then you wanted to
see us. Yeah, okay. No, but I vowed on that challenge, if you saying it, I vowed to never do another hot one, and I was lying like a motherfucker.
You want to know why, guys?
Because guess what we're going to do?
Guess what I purchased?
Yeah.
Yep, the Pocky One Chip Challenge.
So it's happening. But I will say this, I have confidence going into this because I feel like if I can handle the Death Nut, not much is going to get me down. So
I will say,
I'm going to do it.
the thing about hot challenges is, so you do a hot challenge, it sucks really bad. After you're done a couple days later, you're like, I can handle whatever now.
Yeah.
But then you do the hot challenge again, and you're like, I'm never going to do this again. It's like, that's the consistent cycle, is you eat something really hot, and you're like, never again. But then,
and then a lot of people interacting with the video, and a lot of people actually reached out to us and telling us how much they thought it was funny.
People,
and,
so
I appreciate the support. So we're gonna do more of the some different challenges, different taste tests in general. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, I think, and those will be, so obviously the podcast will drop weekly, and then we'll do it'll kind of be like a palate cleanser in the middle of the week. We'll drop like the tasting ones and stuff, and those will generally be shorter videos, and just to we found some pretty odd stuff, y'all. So
also we're thinking of getting into doing reaction videos, so definitely let us know if that's something you'd be interested in seeing.
Whatever, like YouTube videos like grab your guys' attention, let us know.
Feel free to send them to us, message us, get in the comment section, whatever, just let us know.
We are entertainers.
Entertainment.
So before we start the segment, another shout out to our editor, my brother Casey, because he edited the Death Nut Challenge,
and he did amazing.
He killed it, man. Like the most quoted line from that video is when I said, "I'm physically entering another dimension." Yeah, and it's just perfect. He zooms in on your face, and you visibly see that you are. You were like
I had some of my friends in the comment section like, Jay, you look like you about to break down. One of my coworkers watched it. He said I looked like I was about to cry. Man, I didn't feel like I was gonna cry, but I was in dire straits.
That was rough. So shout out to him. We're actually
big shout out.
Yeah,
I think he was the missing piece to our
he's
team,
been very crucial, and we're using some of his film equipment today. This is the first time we're filming with.
So if you could see how actually ugly I am today, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's high quality. If you see all of our pimples and
you see all my zits. My skin ain't that as nice as y'all think. All right, so let's get into the first topic of the day, Nicholas. Okay. What are things that you silently judge people on?
Wow.
Can I go first?
I got one in mind. Give me a good example.
Not using your blinker.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm not usually silent about that.
Because I'm just like, what? You can't, there is no valid reason you could give me why you didn't use the blinker. Yeah, you can't measure the amount of time it takes to use your blinker. So what is it? It's not inconveniencing you. Yeah. And I remember I said it to one dude. He's like, "Oh, I don't want people to know where I'm going." Bitch, if you get in an accident and you don't signal, whose fault is that?
Yeah, I feel.
So I'm like, that one's always irked me. Like, there's nothing you can say unless your blinkers don't work. Yeah. There's nothing you can do to validate that one.
I think that's a good one. But again, I feel like I'm pretty vocal about that. But I'm also the guy, I'm not like yelling at you or flipping you off.
Yeah, I don't do that.
To myself in the car. I'm like,
I get a little irritated, but I'm definitely not road rage type, Yeah. I think another one I judge people on is, this is a two-parter. This is grocery store stuff. Okay, so if you park in two spots or you park all fucked up.
I hate that.
I'm just like, what? You could, because me, I'm conscious about that. Like, I usually try not to be on the line. I try to be perfectly in the middle. So if I get out and I see my tires on the line, I'm going to fix it. I don't like that. But to people if it's just a quick trip, even, I could give you a pass, I guess. But it'll be people who go in there for 20 minutes and you're taking up 3 spots. And it's like, come on, man.
And there's a difference between just parking poorly, where it's a little off, where it's like,
if you're crooked in there,
you're just crooked, whatever. Yeah. But then, like you said, the blatant, I can't park in this spot next to you because of what you did. Exactly. And I've seen some, there was one, and again, like you said, that silently judging because I didn't do anything about it, but I went to the mall one day and there was somebody who was parked absurdly ignorantly, and I was like, it affected my day. I was legit. I was like, where is this guy? And I was sitting there when I'm like, who is it? And when I left, it was still there, and I was like, man, I hope they walk out. And what would I do?
Yeah, it's honestly, what could you do?
I just wanted to see who it was.
Other than saying some words, I mean, if it escalates past that, you're kind of
which would be what's the point of even?
But the second part to that is people not putting their grocery carts back. Like, cause I just see, like, if I see somebody unload their stuff and then just
leave
let
it at their car.
Yeah, just let it roll.
Yeah,
in the
especially
wind.
here because it's so windy here. You're gonna
It will
get a 70-mile-an-hour cart flying down the parking lot and just smash into a
damage
car.
your shit.
Yeah.
Now what happened?
Yeah.
And it sucked for it to happen to somebody who actually puts the carts back. You know, like I feel like the way karma works, that's probably how it would go.
Mm-hmm.
But those are two of them. I think also what is nowadays referred to as vague booking.
Yes.
So people on Facebook who post a vague status like being distraught or in distress
with no context,
and then with no context, and then somebody I'm like, oh my god, this is the worst day ever. I can't believe that happened. Somebody get in the comments like, oh, what's going on, such and such. I don't feel like talking, or I'll message you. So
like what was the point of posting this status?
And I'm saying I don't care for that, but like it's different if somebody's reaching out for like positivity. Like, oh, I don't want to go into detail, guys, but wish me good luck. Like, that's perfectly fine, I think, if you're asking for some positive vibes or I need prayers, I'm going through, you know. Yeah. But when you're like, I can't believe this, I'm never good enough for anybody. Yeah. Oh, what's going on? Yeah,
I will shamelessly admit also I'm nosy. So, like, if you're going to post that status, I'm sincerely like, well, what? Like, what?
That's the thing. And
like,
what is it? Yeah. Of course, it's your prerogative to post whatever you want, but when I see that, I'm just like, well, what's the point if you're not going to go into detail? Like you didn't already. And I
think there's a difference even between, because you can kind of see where the gaslighting comes in because you have maybe a post that would be like rough day, like whatever, like and stuff, and that would be enough for people to be like, oh, I get it, rough day. Yeah. But the ones like you said the ones where people will specifically be like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. I've never been so betrayed in my life. How dare you? And that's it. And then people are like, whoa, like what?
Whoa, dang, everything all right? What's going on?
Yeah. And then
I don't feel like talking about it. Well, why did you even?
We here's one for me. We've talked about this on the cast. But the ones where people post stuff that it just obviously isn't true. We've talked about like with kids. Like somebody will post the thing where they'll be like today I was cleaning the house and I just got done cooking dinner and I did this and my 3-year-old looked at me right in the eye and said, "Mommy, you're the best mom in the world and you do everything for us. I'm eternally grateful for your love and compassion." And it's like, your 3-year-old didn't say that. He didn't say that. Yeah, where it's like this like Shakespearean monologue. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, nah, like that didn't happen. Like,
oh my god.
One that I'll conclude with, here's another one for me, is and I'm gonna say this because on the podcast it's really easy for us to sound judgmental, but I mean, we just get to come out here and air our thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I'm not actually like don't think you're less of a person because of these things. It's just something that you hear or see, and you're like, oh, God, really do you do that?
Yeah. Okay. And so, hopefully, you guys can take it with a grain of salt in the sense of we're probably guilty of some.
I'm sure y'all done seen me do something and be like,
100%, bro. I guarantee there's a lot of people in the community like, bro, Nick, stop.
Why would you do this, Jay?
Like, but. The one is the people who will say, in a situation where they have kids with somebody that they're not together with, and they never have their kids ever, and they're out doing their own thing, partying, not super like invested in their children's lives, but then say they'll get them for like a weekend and all they do is post about their kid and like, I love this is my heart and soul.
First
my
time
only
you see them in 6 months.
My only reson for breathing and like that's where I'm just like, man, like be a good like parent outside of social media.
Exactly.
Like you don't gotta come over here and make me think you're a good parent. Just be a good parent and go ahead, post about your kids.
Absolutely.
But like again, there's that line where it's like are you posting for your kids or are you posting for you? Yeah. So
I think one more thing for me that I judge people silently on is when they're it's in the same vein, like when you have a kid with somebody you're not together with. And you're on social media bashing them.
Yes, that is another one.
What good does that do anybody? Like you gotta, first of all, I think maybe it's because I got lucky in my situation. Me and my son's mother do great at co-parenting, and she's actually somebody I consider a friend. But so I know not everybody's situation is like that. But even when we were going through our turmoil, I did my best to never.
Not out there flaming them.
Yeah, and her too. Like she wasn't out there.
And I see, and you see that a lot. People who will, my deadbeat baby daddy.
Exactly.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
and
I might be able to do this.
They'll go into detail too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I currently have a few people on my Facebook where I'm just like, well, why not? Like, why are you doing this? Like, you picked that person. Yeah. Like, it's kind of a reflection of you if you really want to get deep, you know? So I don't understand. I mean, their actions isn't, you know.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you're not in control of their actions, but at the same time,
that is the person you laid down with and had a baby and was maybe in a relationship with.
Airing dirty laundry on Facebook is literally going to solve nothing. Like, nothing. What's the outcome going to be to that?
I think I have probably dabbled in that in my early 20s, but now I'm so far removed from the mindset I had been.
Where I had a problem with it, and I will say, man, I've grown so much in the past 3 years in this regard. Is mine again? I always circle back to music because obviously that's so centric in my life. Yeah. But mine was a lot of passive aggressive kind of vague posts where I'd be taking shots at like my peers and like the other local MCs, and that's the shit that pops up on my Facebook memories, and I'm like, ugh, like bro, so cringy, like just like these posts that are like. Oh man, one day, you know what I'm gonna do? One day I'm gonna screenshot them, and I'm just gonna. We'll have a segment where we'll just read like, "Hey, 4 years ago today, my dumb ass said." So again,
cringe.
Yeah, very cringy. So that's pretty much. I think that's a good little.
To close that segment, that's a good place to lead into the next segment. What about a random fact, Nicholas?
Okay, so here's my random fact. I've been sitting on this for a while just because it is mind-boggling to me, perplexing to me.
Perplexing?
Yeah, a little bit like stressful to me. So, currently, do you know what the Earth's population is? Not exact, but give me like a ballpark.
11D12 gazillion.
I said you don't have to be exact, but good job. Damn.
No, last I seen it was like 7-something billion.
Yeah, so it's over 7 billion.
Okay.
So 7 billion. Okay, 7 billion people. That's a lot.
It is.
You know, that's a lot of people. Do you know what the population was in the 1800s?
No, I don't.
Around 1 billion.
Are you serious?
So think about how old humanity is. In like 200 years, we have exponentially increased our population.
That is
by an insane margin, like around 1 billion.
Times.
Yeah, by around 1 billion in the 1800s, and now we're at almost 8 billion.
That is mind blowing, man.
Yeah,
like that. You know how much humanity that is.
It's crazy. And again, crazy. Think about. I mean, we have.
And then also you got to think. Like I'm sure in those times, there's a lot of places that weren't inhabited yet too. So that's overpopulation, and oh wow, that's crazy, man.
I'm sure there's a lot of facets to it. I assume one's probably advances in medical science in the sense of. Unfortunately, probably back in the day, like survival rate of like
that's a good
giving
point.
Birth,
like polio and all that shit.
Like we didn't have vaccines back then.
Life expectancy was like your 30s and shit. Wasn't it?
I remember. I think you were the one. I think we talked about it on a random fact on not Facebook on our podcast. Was they had like a chainsaw for like when women were giving birth?
Oh that's what it was originally invented for.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like we've come so far. So. I think we just kind of like we're like rabbits. We just we just kind of
like in those days, it's like you had a headache, do cocaine.
Literally, it was just so what a weird time, man. Like,
Stomachache, drink some whiskey.
Yeah,
I'm sure that has a lot to do with it, with the growth of the population too.
Yeah, and I saw a post.
Advancement. Somebody
had posted it was like a meme, and it was a picture of like just this open, vast landscape that was just nature. Yeah. And somebody commented, and they're like, "Oh, I don't believe in the whole overpopulation." Like narrative, we have plenty of space on Earth
what
for
is
like.
There to not believe in?
I'm sorry. So their whole theory was like, okay, look at all this. Like even when, like say we drive somewhere on the way. Say we live near Salt Lake City, Utah. So on the way, most of the drive is just a vast expanse of nothingness.
Yeah, that's true.
So. In theory, you could build a bunch of houses there, and we could house another 50 billion people.
That's true,
But the problem is, it's not space; it's resources.
Yeah.
We already, as we speak, have world hunger. We, as we speak, have. I mean, even
lack
just
of clean drinking water.
Places without clean drinking water. We have. Even we'll even isolate and make it like America. In America, we have a huge epidemic with like poverty and whatnot. So. it's not space, it's resources and like how we distribute them and you know what, actually this will end the random fact there, because this actually in conjunction with the next topic, one of the things in the next topic is outrageous things people are outraged by. Yeah, so we're talking about something that like somebody is furious about, and you're like, why? Why are you mad about that?
So one popped into my head. So I used to work with a guy. So a dude I currently work with, Jaron. Shout out to you, bro, if you're watching. That's my dude. He's actually my first choice.
I know you mention it
podcast.
I'm your
Jaron, this is supposed to be you right here. No, but so he.
Jaron, if you want to come and do the podcast, I
absolutely do want you to be a guest.
I will quit. No, I'm saying you can come host. I'm done. This is it. Farewell.
Oh, well, fuck you then, bitch. So. That's what made me fuck up my train of thought. So no, but Jaron, you hear about a lot of people who say, "Oh, I'm just a fan of music. I like a lot of different types of music." Right? Jaron is absolutely that. Like he'll play anything from R&B to folk to death metal to. He plays a real big conglomerate of things. Mm-hmm. But we used to have a gentleman. Well, I don't want to call him a gentleman because he's kind of trash, but he was an entertaining guy to be around. An older guy who would get so mad when Jaron would play like the death metal screaming type stuff, or if he played certain kind of rap, and he'd be like, "Oh, that ain't even music. They're just screaming. That ain't even music. They're just talking. Blah blah blah. Don't that piss you off?" Yeah. He said that to me. I'm like, "No, man.
Bro,
like,
I literally don't care.
It does not bother me. Like I have an uncanny ability to tune things out at times." But also, like, it doesn't bother me, like, at all. Like, you can play whatever. It doesn't really bother me.
And again, that's a perfect example, is people who are upset by what other people like.
Yeah, that's what it's weird. Yeah. And it's like, it's not only is it ridiculous to get upset by it, but it's like, who are you to say what qualifies as music and what doesn't? Like, I don't like it, so it's not even music.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, what, So that's definitely one thing I always was like, what, man?
So one thing for me is, and this, again, is kind of parallel with the random fact, is the whole kind of like setting the world and population and whatnot. Yeah. But politics that don't affect, don't affect people. So politics that don't affect. So I get politics do affect all of us. Yeah. But you have to keep in mind, politics are made for every class of human being, which we are. Unfortunately, that's how it's a class system. Like it's real talk. It's whether you like it or not. We live in a class-based system, and so even right now, current political climate, you'll have a side of whichever party being like, so right now the left is like, okay, we want to tax the rich, like, and we're talking about like the 1%, like the people who are multi-billionaires. We think that they make so much money they can contribute a little more, tax the rich, whatever. And then you'll have somebody who lives in a fucking trailer on food stamps, and it's like, that's bullshit. It's like, yo, bro, it don't fucking affect you.
That's so accurate.
Yo, that don't. Who?
You know what?
You have no concern about taxing the rich.
Mind, bro. I seen this video earlier today in the vein of politics and being outraged. So this FedEx driver makes a video, and he said, if I pull up to your house and you've got a Biden-Harris flag or like a Black Lives Matter flag, or something anti-Trump or something like that, I won't deliver your package. I'm going to take it back to the station. He got fired.
Yeah, I would hope so, yeah.
Bro, what? You're you're a FedEx worker.
Yeah,
do your job.
Exactly,
You're not going to get what you paid for because
because
it's so weird, man. And then the whole thing with the vaccine mandate and stuff, and people are like hate Biden so much because of that. It's like, y'all do know Trump was pushing the vaccine.
Yeah. I mean, he extremely touted that he was the person responsible for its existence. Like, what was it called? Like the warp speed or whatever it was. Whatever it was about getting the vaccine so quickly. That is one thing. Not to get off topic, but I will say it's kind of that dystopian era that we're living in, is how like that. So Trump was touting that he made the vaccine, and the vaccine wouldn't exist without him, and like give me credit for the vaccine, and then the people who love him are like, oh, it's a government conspiracy that's trying to microchip us, and it's like, wait, like they both can't, they both can't exist and make sense at the same time.
To me, is I know a person who absolutely despises Joe Biden. I'm no fan of Joe Biden myself. I think he's a racist.
I think
pedophile,
he's a goofball.
scumbag,
He's incompetent.
Incompetent, and so much more we could say. But he was like, oh yeah, son, fuck. He like, you mentioned Biden, he'll get so fired up. And he said something about him getting a bullet in his head. And I'm like, whoa, man. Like, you wouldn't be happy with him just getting out of office? Like, he needs to cease existing?
Yeah.
I don't have that type of energy. Like, you know,
I think like
he could just go away somewhere. He's 70, 78. He ain't going to be alive that much longer.
Yeah.
So, like, he could just go away somewhere. Like, but I just heard
taking
that.
it to that extreme. Yeah.
Like, you're so outraged at the mention of his name. Like,
exactly. And that's a good example.
That's crazy, man.
So I think just politics in general.
Yeah, like, there's a lot you can cover
because again, there's so much. And
if you haven't gathered this yet, myself and Nicholas here, we don't align with.
I mean, you want to talk about one of my favorite things that I think is hilarious is I'll get like in comment section, I'll just start trashing Trump, and they'll be like, "Oh, your boy Biden," and I'm like, oh, "Fuck Biden,
fuck him too, man."
I don't like Biden could be a terrible like person. That doesn't mean Trump is a good person. You know, like that. In my opinion,
they're both trash buckets.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's the thing that it's hard about walking the line. And again, this is where people are going to get outraged. Is you have both sides of people that are annoyed. Like, you know, so like people. You can't like normally if you choose a side, at least you have somebody who's like, yeah, but when you're like on the line, most people are like, I don't know.
You know what's funny is people like are just so blinded by their outrage when it comes to politics. Like sometimes it's just their senses or like their mental capabilities are hurt by that. So I seen a post on a local news source, Sweetwater Now. They said something about libertarians doing something locally. Some lady got in the comments, was like, "Oh no, to hell with that. Keep Wyoming red." And they're like, "Well, ma'am, they're not liberals. They're libertarians. That's a completely different thing. Like they're not trying to change what you." Like she didn't even, and then she deleted her comment. Oh, because she must have realized she was. She was like, "Ma'am, nobody's."
And like you said, that's just like a headline. People get outraged about a headline.
Yeah,
you know, people.
She didn't even understand what was going on. Like she saw the word libertarian and thought it was liberal, and just went off.
That was enough.
Yeah,
and it's like there's the people who have that hair trigger. They're just waiting for it.
Absolutely,
like they want to like they're like,
those type of people who listen and watch to respond versus understand.
Yeah, let alone negatively. Like they don't want to respond to like understand each other or teach somebody something else. They want to respond just to. So, and I mean, there's so many more. Jump in the comments because again, we could go on and on, but like,
what are some ridiculous things you've seen people get outraged about?
And you know what? And whatever you align with politically, recently, because I've spazzed out online before in some arguments. I don't have the energy for it anymore. I just want to go forward positively. So whatever you align with politically, I think that we should actually really focus on separating ourselves from identifying with left, right.
You're so much more.
It shouldn't be left, right. We need to like really just demolish that line of thought and just start like thinking like right versus wrong and like a real context with some deductive reasoning. So we'll leave it there. Be good people.
We got a little deep and polarizing there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to our next segment. Some WTF headlines. Yes. You ready for these?
I feel like, Will you look? You read one. I think I have one. I found it on my phone. So.
Woman threatens Chipotle workers with gun because restaurant was closed early due to staffing issues. Yeah, that's exactly how I respond. Like, ma'am, what did you think what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like you pull out a gun, oh, we'll get your food.
Oh,
for you.
shoot.
Yeah,
And like also that there'd be no repercussions. Like
Yeah,
they're not
like
going to
you
call
just-
the police on you.
I-
They're like, okay, oh.
I see stuff like that, and I know a person is mentally inept because it's like you don't. That's what do you think? How do you think this situation?
How was that going to pan out?
Like, what do you think? Okay, so I got another one that's gross. Do you have yours ready?
No, you can read yours.
Okay, this one. Get ready for this.
All right.
Suspect poops in Oklahoma grocery store freezer. Customer touches it picking up groceries.
Gross.
Bro, could you imagine the day you would be having if you let me get some bananas and
then-
some Dookie?
Oh, bro.
Dookie!
That,
man.
That's a
El
that's
Duque.
a level of foul that bro, that ruins your day.
It does.
You don't go home. You just go home and just,
Another thing, it's like a person like that. Like I'm not comfortable just using the bathroom anywhere. So you just in public in the grocery store, like time to let it out. So that's
and also doing it in a place like wherever he did it that like had an unfortunate victim who was like, oh, they're just gonna go grab it and then just poop.
I gotta take a shit. Let me just let this out. So do you have one?
Yes, I do have one.
Okay, so I got one more that I really want to share.
Mine. This is just. I have a lot of questions behind this. I should have fact checked this, but Italian shark has a virgin birth after 10 years in an all-female shark tank.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Josses.
That actually.
It's just.
I have several questions.
No, that's exactly the same. That's my line of thought.
You know what's wild is I was gonna save this headline, but so I'm gonna tell you what this is, just because that's like closely linked to what I'm about to say, and then I'm gonna give you also my final headline.
Okay.
So I seen a thing that said they were giving out condoms in a woman's prisons because inmates were ending up pregnant. So the guards are smashing.
That's what I was gonna say. There's literally one scenario.
Yeah. Like there's not. That's the only way that could be happening. Yeah. So unless I guess I don't know how it works with like transgender people. If they're that is a good. That could be a thing. But
and that is true because we're operating in like an adaptive world. So I'm not sure what the legalities and policies are with that. But I like that their response is like condoms opposed to like
and opposed to like investigating. Do DNA test. Who got this woman pregnant?
Like, all right.
Okay. So my final WTF headline. Are you ready for this one?
I can't. Okay. I'm gonna look right at the camera.
Teen undergoes emergency surgery after getting USB cord stuck in his penis. Sir, what were you going for? Like what? Like in a USB, like you had to force that in there.
Yeah.
And like what was
that
what
my
trying to do?
My thought is I would guess it was maybe fetish related. Like I don't know.
I guess it could be. People were into all types of weird stuff.
That's foul.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that guy's deal was, but it said he's a teen, so he
maybe he was tired and he was just trying to charge himself.
Oh yeah, I got a late night ahead.
Charge
this up.
Let me just charge
got
up.
a girl coming through. Let me get this charged up. So those were the WTF headlines of the week. Let us know in that comment section which one made you say what the fuck.
And it actually stands for what the freaking heck.
Oh my god. Okay. So now, how about some? Why you always nosy,
bro? Like I can read it, bro. Like,
I know you can't read. That's funny. Anyway, so how about some would you rather questions?
Hit us with the would you rather's.
The first one is gonna be gross.
Okay.
Would you rather have all used underwear or all used toothbrushes?
Underwear.
Underwear,
bro. I'm not. Bro.
I feel like
underwear.
because you can bleach them, soak them, wash them real good.
I'll wash them in like
toothbrushes. I guess you could.
You could still. You could
sanitize them pretty well, but like the bristles, after so much use, they weaken.
Not only that, but there's got to be some. No matter how much you clean it, there's got to be some potential DNA stuck in those bristles somewhere,
That's-
bro.
yeah.
Like just like, and you don't know whose
Pieces of
toothbrush. Yeah,
gums
you don't know who toothbrush it is. Like, no, they could have halitosis.
Yeah, what if they
underwear all day,
what if they use it to clean their sneakers?
bro? I already wear used underwear. Buy new underwear.
With Goodwill underwear.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one. You like pizza, don't you?
I enjoy it immensely.
I love the pizza. I love the za. Or the pizzazz, as I like to call it sometimes, because autocorrect one time.
No,
corrected it to pizzazz, and
Yeah.
I just thought that was hilarious. But anyway, would you rather eat only pizza for a year or not eat any pizza for 5 years?
I feel like I could do only pizza for a year because there's so many variations.
There's a lot of variations, bro, but I feel like even like I love pizza so much.
Yeah, I
but
guess because realistically,
even
you're
after
still
like
just
a-
eating bread and sauce.
like
yeah.
it's. I mean,
But 5 years of no pizza, bro.
that's tough.
But I still, you know what? I actually probably I would pick the 5 years of no pizza because realistically, a year of only pizza.
That'll.
And
drive me
imagine that
nuts.
first pizza after 5 years. That's gonna be the best.
Oh,
damn
the
pizza
best thing you ever had.
Yeah.
5 years is a long time though, but I feel like eventually, like it would be the same. If you could almost look at it as something you were allergic to that you used to like, and you just can't have anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, you can still
Yeah.
have like lasagnas and stuff.
Yeah,
that
you have a
kinda-
lot
they
of
kind of
things.
like complement the palate in the same way.
So
You know,
I think I might go with the 5 years.
I'd
bro.
go. I'm picking 5 years.
Yeah,
5
so-
years, no pizza.
Okay, so here's our final. Would you rather?
This is the introspective one.
Yes. Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Read.
Read?
Mhm.
Really?
Of course.
Of course.
What do you mean, bro? Like, you know who I am?
I mean, you shouldn't lose the ability to speak. I can be the star of the podcast, and you can just sit here.
I mean, there's no scenario where you'd be star of the podcast.
I mean, I am the greatest man who
I
ever
mean,
lived, and people tune in for me.
people specifically message me
Who
like,
was
"Hey,
who was quoted from the Death Nut video? You? Not you, right? Yeah, it was me. Yeah, exactly. So, no. But I mean, for you though, like if you know, because I know it's a lot because of your career and rapping and everything like
Everything,
that. But like, imagine if you couldn't read, like how would you write your rhymes?
Oh shit, that's a good point. I mean, the workaround for that for me is I would just have to record. The way I would adapt recording is I would just go in the studio, and I would write the lines in my head, freestyle like the first 4 bars, record them, stop. Think of the next 4 bars, record them, stop. That's how I'd record.
I'm thinking
But
about
no,
it,
but
man, like,
bro, 100% not be able to read, bro.
not be able to read.
Yeah.
I think, because I actually,
I mean, I struggle with is it?
I actually,
Words is hard.
yeah, words is hard. I actually no, because I enjoy reading, like just for the sake of reading. So it's hard, and I think I'm a bit of an introvert, so I can legit like just not speak for a long period of time and be fine.
I wish that you could show me that side of yourself.
Words hurt. But
Bet you wish I couldn't speak right now.
yeah, motherfucker.
That's also no more texting though.
That's
No more text
true.
messaging.
Wait, is it though? Because that's not speaking.
No, I'm saying reading. You
Oh,
wouldn't be able-
if you exnate reading,
Yeah,
I
if you
got
exnate
you.
reading,
Okay,
you no more texting.
Oh,
'Cause,
yeah,
no more texting.
no, you're right. That
Yeah.
makes life really hard if
Yeah.
you can't even do that.
And I will say, bro, I hate phone conversations, like talking.
Really?
I hate it.
I don't.
I will ghost people and then say what's up in a text. Like I will.
I feel like
just know I do that, y'all.
there's in some scenarios it can be awkward. Like somebody you ain't spoke to in a long time calls you up. Like unless it's family or something, it can be awkward. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, hey, how are your kids?
Yeah, or those people that when they call you, you know they just keep you on the phone for a long,
Yeah.
long time. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that can be awkward. But I think I would go with not being able to speak.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Oh, but then that's rough because I think about my son and teaching him stuff. I'd have to write everything down.
Yeah, or learn sign language really well.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I would say reading.
yeah. I think speaking. I'd get rid of
I
speaking.
feel like reading. Yeah, because
So Yeah, you can't because you can't read.
Just imagine though, like imagine just literally just seeing text and being like, no fucking. Like,
what?
No idea, dude.
Here, what is this?
Yeah, literally just
meet me outside. Yeah, just like
they said hello. Okay, all right.
Thank you. I was stumped.
All
right. So that does it for another episode.
So we had a week off, but we are back in the swing of things. Be safe out there, y'all. I know that the pandemic is still on the rise and going crazy. Yeah. Regardless of your views on it, it is a very serious thing to take seriously.
Absolutely.
So please be safe. Keep yourself safe. Keep others safe. And thank you so much for the support. We have exponentially increased our following recently.
Yes, we have.
So
thank you
continue
so much.
Support. Be on
Tell
the
your
lookout.
friends about us if you enjoy what we do.
Yeah.
Tell
Okay.
Your friends.
So we have had people start commenting.
Yes.
People have been interacting. Yeah. Start sharing.
Yeah, share it. Absolutely. Share it, comment, like it. All that stuff supports us. And I've had some people reach out to our different platforms and say how they felt about the show, which I think is beautiful. Yeah. But if you really want to support, the best way to do it would be one of those three things, or all three things. You know?
Yeah, all of them. So we appreciate you. So once again, you have been tuned into another episode of the Young Old Heads podcast. We are a hip hop podcast where we talk a little bit.
Tell them your name, like you usually do.
Just let me do my thing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We are a hip hop centric podcast that talks a little bit about everything and a whole lot about nothing.
Hoes.
We need to just take out the hip hop mention at this point.
I just feel like it's the basis.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is what inspired the podcast. I am Nicholas Fletcher,
and I'm Shamar the Skinny Demon. I'm sorry. I'm Jaquad Davis.
Bro, what goes on in your mind?
Lots of things.
Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace, love, respect, unity. Bong bong.
Peace out.
Young, go ahead. Young, go ahead.